Hi, it's Linda. I have a messy desk today, as you can see, but I thought I'd show you some ways that I've embellished paper clips. And mainly it's just using scraps, and sometimes it's scraps that are left over from whatever project I've been working on. But also, as crafters, I think that we probably, most of us, have our fingers into other pies. We like to knit or crochet or weave, or maybe we spin fiber or make embroidery, or just any sewing, any kinds of things that take our fancy. And if you're like me, you kind of dip your finger into this for a while, and then you say, oh, I'd like to try that. And next you've moved over to another thing, and first thing you know, you're covered up with supplies. So these are some supplies I had. These were given to, well, actually all of these were given to me. This one is called Knitting Funky Fringe Yarn. I think these are both the same. And that one, the label I don't have right now. So anyway, they're all the same. They have this little thin thread, and then they have this fringe piece on it. And what you do, if you're knitting with it, you probably want to pair it up with another piece of yarn that's heavier, so that you're not just working with this thin piece. And it adds just a little bit of, in a way, bling, I guess, to your project. But I thought today I would use it to embellish some paper clips. And I have this that I bought, which I also think I bought this when I wanted to put it in a weaving project. And I think I might have done that. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's just some, it's kind of the same thing. It's got fringe on it, and it's got two pieces of that thread. So anyway, I've got some other things here, some lace, some rickrack, some charms. This is tape. I don't know, I've forgotten what it's called. Ribbon something. It was also to crochet or knit with. And these are a few that I had. But first I wanted to show you, just in this journal, this is my first journal I ever did. I did some paper clips to put in here. So I thought I would just show you some of those. And I should have marked them first. Yes, I should have. There's one. This one I just put a bead on it. And it used to have glue on it, but I think it's come unstuck to hold it at the end there. I don't remember if I used E6000 on that or Fabri-Tac, but apparently the Fabri-Tac didn't hold it. This one, just I just tied a piece of ribbon on it. And I think it looks cute with this. The colors are matching, and has craft paper inside. And let's see. This one I tied a raggedy piece of fabric on. This one I glued a button on with just a little bit of jute. I don't think that's jute string. I think that's cotton thread. But I just tied that through the buttonhole. And let's see, what else have we got? This one, I put lace and a piece of paper on it. And I tried to match the colors with what I had going on. And this last one back here, well, there's two more. This one I tied three different kinds of ribbon on it. It's kind of a wild hairdo there, but I still like it. And I just hold this pocket on here with that. And then this one is paper scraps. It was a paper ruffle that I just glued around the end of the paper clip. And then I put a button with some embroidery thread through the holes in the button to decorate it. So that's some ways I've done in the past, and I thought we'd do a few others, just similar things. Okay, get this out of the way. I thought we'd start with paper, and I have some scraps of paper here. Stamps, some music page, that's a piece of fabric, tea bag, and various things. Here is some brown paper. I thought we might put this stamp on the end of a paper clip, and I think with some other papers behind it would look best. It's kind of big, but it should be okay, I think, torn down to that size. So let me get a paper clip here and maybe put this piece of brown paper through there. And I just like to kind of squish it up like that. And maybe just a bit of this music. I have this little tiny piece. Something I tore off of something else I was working on. So I'm going to just take a bit of it. We'll just take this piece right here and put it on there. And I'm just going to do the same thing, just pull it up through here. And I'm going to put that part that has the most on it on the back, just because the stamp is going to cover up most of the front. So we'll just do it like that. And I'm going to glue this together with some Fabri-Tac in between. Get up here a little closer. And on that. And then on here. And it kind of tends to slide around if you don't have just a little bit of glue on the close to the edge there. And then I'm going to put this on this side. Maybe I'm going to put it on this side because it's so big and you won't even see the music sheet if it's not. Maybe that goes in front. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I like that. Just put the glue back there. A little bit of glue on this. And there we have it. It's kind of big, but I kind of like things like this sticking up over the edge of my page. Or you could put it on the edge of a pocket in your book. Or this pocket. You could just slide it over the edge there. And maybe clip this in place so it doesn't slide around like that. So that's an idea. I'm going to put a little more glue on this to kind of try to keep that from sliding around so much. See if it works. And you might think, well, it needs a little bit of something extra. You could put a little piece of bling or something on there if you wanted to. Let's see what I've got in here. Here's one that just has 2 on it. Might put that on there. All right, I'm just going to put that on there just for fun. Make it a little wilder. Got it on my finger again. My thumb. There. Okay. That's one way to decorate with paper and a postage stamp. Another idea about paper is I just took this 1/2-inch punch and punched out this. This was on a piece of wallpaper, and I just punched out that flower-like design there. And I'm going to glue it to a piece of cardboard. So this is really fragile wallpaper, so I'm going to glue it down to this piece of cardboard so that it will not get torn up so easily. And then I think I'm going to put it on the paper clip and put something else on top of it. Another, let's see, do I have anything right here? I could put that little flower on it. Maybe that would be cute. Yeah, that would be cute. I'll do that. And hope it works. Maybe if I had another piece of, I'll use this other piece of, it's just real lightweight cardboard to sandwich it between these 2 pieces and then put that on top to give it a little bling on the other side, a little decoration. And probably I should be using a stronger glue than this. I don't think Fabri-Tac is really strong enough to hold metal, but we'll see. We'll try it. I'm just going to put that right there and put this on top. Put some more Fabri-Tac on that metal. Put this side down. Probably needs a clothespin or something on it to hold it till it catches. See if I have a clamp handy. Put this on it till it dries a bit. Okay, and I'll put that on in just a minute. Then some others I did. This is just a piece of fabric that I threaded through there, and I stapled it. I'm not too happy about the way that staple looks, so we're going to do something to that. Piece of gingham, and then I glued the button on, and then I decided it really needed the thread in the holes, so I went through it with the needle and thread, and it was harder to do it that way probably than if I just sewn it on the, put the thread in the button, and then glued the button to the paper clip. And I have a little piece of, there it is, a little piece of lace that I'm going to put on the back. I'm going to glue this piece of lace on the back to cover up the staple. Okay. Just put it over that. Just so they're pretty on both sides. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter. Like when I put the one on the pocket, you wouldn't see that, the back side of it, unless you took it off. But this one, if it's on the edge of a page, both sides look pretty. So that's another way to do it. And I'll start lining these up on a card as I finish them. Okay, so we have paper and we have fabric and a button. You can just put a button on a paper clip. Let's see, where is a paper clip? We'll just do a big white button. Is that one too big? That's pretty big. I think this was just a package of buttons I got at Walmart on their clearance aisle. There, we'll use that one. Okay. These are just plastic buttons. And I think I have some pink embroidery floss right here. Maybe I can just add that to it. I'm going to come up, go down through there. I'm going to make an X this time. And come up here. And go down here. And then I'm just going to tie it on the back and let the ends stick out. I think that'll be cute. Get up here where you can see what I'm doing a little better. I apologize for getting out of screen. I get it back where I can see it, and then you can't. Okay, a little long. I'll make it a little shorter than that. Okay, embroidery thread, another thing that we probably all have some. And I could have just sewn that around the paper clip, but I didn't. But I wonder if I could slide that through there. Maybe I can. We'll find out. There we go. Just slide it around and stop up here at the top. And I'm going to glue it so it doesn't go flying. Tighten that down a little bit. Okay. Put a little bit of glue right there and slide that over that. All right, I'll just slide that up there. And then I'm going to press the thread over that. Maybe that'll hold it a little better too. And I'm just going to leave that one plain on the back because it's not bad there that way. Okay, that is a button, which I think is cute. I kind of have a mess going on here, don't I? You should see the rest of the room. I won't say that because I think I'm horrible. Let's see if this one is stuck now. Seems to be. And you could add a little something on the front or the back, a piece of something blingy or something like that. I'm going to put this little die cut on there of a flower. It's orange. I don't use orange very much, but it might be just the touch that would be perfect for some page sometime. You never know. I just stuck my finger in it. Crafting by mistakes. I think that looks cute. Both sides look cute. So we'll put that on our card. I have a little scrap of ribbon here that I cut off of my accordion folder from the other day. I'll link that video below if you want to see a little piece of ephemera that I made. It's similar to this, but it's a little more elaborate. I don't have it in here right now, but it opens up, and it's a decorative piece. Anyway, this was tied around the front, so it was too long, and I cut it off. So I'm just going to wrap it around here. I don't think it's long enough to tie it, but just kind of scrunch it up at the top. Like that. And I have been known to wrap thread around that and just tie it there. And I might do that. This is some yellow thread I have. And a tiny needle die. I don't know why all my needles seem like they have the teeniest, tiniest eyes. Okay, I just tied a knot. I'm going to put it back on here. And I'm going to put this through the middle of that right there and come out. And then I'm going to bring this up around the end of the paper clip like that. It adjusted where I think it looks nice. Maybe like that. And then I am going to come around and crunch it up together. And I'm going to go around it a time or two to get it started. And then we'll run it through here so we have some leverage on it. And push it up above there because I want it to be around the ribbon and not around the paper clip. Okay. Wrap it a couple more times. I'm all thumbs today. Like that. I'm putting yellow on this because I may put it in my yellow journal, also known as the Yellow Rose of Texas journal, or the Sunshine Journal. It's had a lot of names. Okay. Like that, okay. And then I'm going to tie, ouch, stab myself. Tie it off by just going around this, hopefully. Like that. I think 3 times will do it, and I will go through and make a knot. Okay, there we go. So that's just a little, almost like butterfly wings or something on the end of it. So that's another one. These are some that I did. These two. Well, this is just putting a bead on it. And I'll show you how I did that. This one, I took my another craft, bead making. I mean, not bead making. These are my round needle nose pliers that I used when I was making jewelry, costume jewelry. Not anything nice, but I did that for a while. I still have beads. I still have my equipment, so it's nice to put it to use. What you do is you just grab onto this down at the end, and you can just turn it around the pliers until it makes a loop. I made it a little too far there. Don't know if I can straighten that out or not. And then on this one, it needs to go into the inside. And I will try not to go so far on it next time. There we go. So then you have the loops on there, which is, it makes it look pretty. These are none of my ideas. I've gotten these ideas from other crafters. And I don't even know. I've seen other people do this and not just one person. So I don't know who came up with this idea, but whoever they were, I think that is very smart. Except that one didn't want to go on there. So that's that idea. And then to put the bead on, you just take a bead. Take one of these. Not all of these beads have a big enough hole to go on the wire of the paper clip, so you need one that will fit. We'll do this one. What you do is you just thread this bead onto that part of the paper clip and just keep going around till you get it up here in this part so that it's out of the way when it slides onto the paper. And it probably needs a little bit of glue up there. I think I'm gonna, I hate to get out my E6000 because it's so smelly, but I think that's what I'm gonna use to attach these two so they stay where they need to be up there and don't go moving around. But that's just a simple way to embellish your paper clips to look pretty. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, you can add, there are other buttons that you could put on if you were doing a Victorian journal. And this would be prettier with a gold paper clip. And I do have gold paper clips, but apparently not in here. These have a shank on them, so you could just thread them on a paper clip like I just did. See if I do this right. And then maybe glue it down there, and you'd have a cute paper clip with a shoe on it. But I think it would need to be anchored there, so you might need to put some glue on that. But that's another idea. And not just a shoe, you could do any kind of shank button like that. There's a cherub there. It has a shank on it too. That would work. So I think that would be prettier on a gold paper clip, but I don't have those with me right now. And then another idea is to add a dangle on a paper clip. And for this one, I like to use a jump ring, which I have some right here. Actually, I'm going to use that one right there. And let's find let's just do the crown. That crown right there. So what you do on that is you just put it on a jump ring that I opened this one up already. What you do when you open them up is you use 2 sets of pliers, or if the metal is soft enough, you can do it with only 1 set. Just push it apart like that, and put the jump ring on, and then close it. Or you can put it around your paper clip at that time too, but you can just feed it on like we've done with those other things. I need the pliers to close it because it's hurting my finger. The jump ring may be a bit big for this, but you get the idea. Okay. And then we just add that on here. Like that. And you probably would slide this one off the edge of the page, onto the edge of the page. And that would be hanging out on the edge. Like, I don't have these charms on paper clips, but I have them hanging on the edge of the page. Like that. So this would be the same idea, that it would be on the edge like that. Let's see, what else have I got here? These are other buttons that could be put on the end of the paper clip. I'm not going to glue all these on, but you get the idea. That just whatever you think looks pretty with the design, the style of your journal. How did I do that? There we go. You could add a little a little button up there on the top. And if you wanted to have a little something extra there, you could just put a piece of tea bag behind it like this, perhaps. And glue that down like that. That would be pretty. Probably needs to have thread through the buttonholes. But I may do that one too. I think that's kind of pretty. I wanted to get to these and show you how that looks too. I have some little strips of fabric that I tore. Just to have it a little bit longer. This may be a little bit too long. Let's see how it looks when I tie it. Determine how long I want my ends to be. Maybe that's about that much too long. I think I need to get the glue off my scissors too. Okay. I'm going to untie this and add some other items to this strip. Okay, there's that. I think I want to do this one because it's kind of wild and crazy. And so I'm going to cut it about the same length. And since it has some purple in it there, I'm going to add this to it. This almost is like Mardi Gras, these colors. And I'm going to add a little bit of this one too. It would have green in it if it were really truly Mardi Gras, but it's not. It's going to be this, I think. And maybe just a little bit of some baby rickrack to give it some stiffness. And then we'll see if I can tie all this mess in the paper clip. Okay. So I'm just going to thread it through the middle there and bring it up to the end and hopefully get it sort of kind of even. And then just tie a knot. See how easier said than done that is. This one's going to be wild and crazy because it's got so many pieces to it. I may need to cut the ends back some to make them more even with each other. So this is a party item. That makes a pretty big knot there, so you might not want to put that many things together on your paper clip to bulk up your journal. But if it's over the top, it doesn't matter. And as we can see, it is kind of over the top. Anyway. One time I was with my aunt at her doctor's, and the nurse had brought her little baby in, and he was about, I don't know, 6 or 8 months old, and she was talking about his crazy hair, and I always think about that and about him. He's probably 10 years old by now, but when I have something like this, I always think of it as crazy hair and think of that cute little baby. And his hair was sticking right straight up on his head. Okay, this one is the crazy hair. Not sure I got it all tied together like it should have been, but anyway, there it is. Crazy hair going out the side. Okay, that one needs to be finished too to do right. And those there, and that one. Okay, let's see. Dangles, beads, and twists. I think we've done them all that I've got on my list here. There's a lot of other ways to embellish paper clips. You could use something like this is a wax seal I did with glitter hot glue. And that would make a fancy paper clip if you made something like that to put on the end. But just, I have these gears. Probably the little ones would be best. Have a gear on there. Would work for a steampunk or more grungy type journal. Lace. You can always tie a piece of lace through there. This lace is gathered onto this netting stuff, so you could use that to tie on a paper clip. just by itself, that just adds a little bit of something to make it pretty. I probably would put something else with that too. But anyway, that's some ideas I had. And I hope it inspired you a little bit or gave you some ideas of things that you would like to do. I mean, you can do just about anything you want to do to make a paperclip look pretty. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm glad you came by to visit with me today, and I hope you'll make some fun embellished paperclips to add to your journals. Adds a little bit of fun, a little bit of something extra. See you next time. Bye.